Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson's journey to NFL stardom was never meant to be easy. Born in Pompano Beach, Florida, he grew up in a household with limited resources and the absence of a consistent father figure. From an early age, he had to navigate life with a sense of responsibility and self-reliance beyond his years. Football became more than a game. It was a lifeline, a path to opportunity, and a way to define his future. Even in high school, Jackson faced skepticism. Scouts questioned whether his size and style of play could survive at the highest level. Could a quarterback who relied so heavily on speed thrive in a league built for pocket passers? He answered every doubt with sheer determination. At the University of Louisville, he shattered records, winning the 2016 Heisman Trophy with a season defined by both passing brilliance and unmatched rushing ability. Drafted by the Baltimore Ravens in 2018, Lamar Jackson immediately faced the challenge of proving doubters wrong while adjusting to the speed and complexity of the NFL. With remarkable poise, he adapted quickly, mastering defensive schemes and elevating the Ravens' offense. In the 2019 season, Jackson became the youngest quarterback in NFL history to win the MVP award, setting records and redefining the quarterback position. He didn't just play the game, he set a new standard, showing that elite passing could coexist seamlessly with unmatched speed, agility, and field vision. Najee Harris. Najee Harris's story begins far from stadium lights. Growing up in a family that experienced homelessness, Najee faced daily uncertainty. There were nights without a stable place to sleep, meals that weren't guaranteed, and a reality that demanded resilience far beyond his years. Football became both sanctuary and goal, a way to rise above circumstance. Despite these hardships, Harris excelled at football and academics. At Hoover High School in Alabama, he became a standout, known for his combination of power, vision, and speed. College recruiters took notice, and he earned a scholarship to Alabama, one of the nation's most elite programs. There, he continued to dominate, breaking records for rushing yards and touchdowns. In 2021, Harris was drafted by the Pittsburgh Steelers in the first round. He immediately made an impact as a dual-threat back, capable of carrying the offense on his shoulders while catching passes out of the backfield. Najee's style reflected both natural talent and the mental toughness forged in years of adversity, proving that resilience and hard work could overcome circumstances that would have derailed many. DeAndre Hopkins. DeAndre Hopkins' rise to NFL stardom was shadowed by personal trauma. Growing up in Central Arkansas, he witnessed a moment that could have defined his life in tragedy. At age 11, his mother was blinded in one eye after a violent acid attack. The family's world was shaken, and Hopkins assumed an early sense of responsibility. Football became both escape and purpose, a way to channel frustration and determination. Hopkins attended Clemson University, where his elite athleticism, exceptional hands, route running, and explosiveness made him a top NFL prospect. Drafted by the Houston Texans in 2013, he became known for catching impossible passes and creating plays out of nothing. Over the years, Hopkins has been recognized for his precision, consistency, and ability to elevate any quarterback who throws his way. Beyond his stats, he carries with him the story of overcoming personal tragedy, a reminder of the power of focus, family devotion, and perseverance. Jordan Love. For Jordan Love, adversity struck at a young age. His father passed away when Jordan was just 14, leaving a void that no amount of training or mentorship could immediately fill. The loss forced him to mature quickly, to navigate adolescence without a guiding hand, and to find resilience in moments when most teenagers would have faltered. Love's talent was undeniable. At Utah State, he honed his arm strength, accuracy, and poise under pressure, eventually attracting NFL scouts. Drafted by the Green Bay Packers in the first round of the 2020 NFL Draft, Love entered a unique situation, waiting behind Aaron Rodgers while preparing for the future. He used the years of observation, study, and mental toughness he had developed to prepare for the moment when he would take the field as a starter. Love's story is one of patience, focus, and overcoming loss by channeling grief into growth. T. Higgins. T. Higgins grew up in a world that tested him from the start. In his early years, his mother struggled with drug addiction, and tragedy struck when she was later shot. Surrounded by chaos, Higgins had to find his own path, often using football as a refuge and a way to create structure in a life defined by instability. At Clemson University, Higgins quickly made a name for himself. His size, speed, and ability to win contested catches made him one of the nation's top receivers. Drafted in 2020 by the Cincinnati Bengals, struggles, he became an integral part of a young, explosive offense, helping lead the team to playoff appearances and a Super Bowl run. Higgins' story is one of focus, perseverance, and refusing to let circumstances dictate destiny. Every catch, every touchdown, and every highlight reflects years of personal struggle transformed into achievement. Isaiah Pacheco. Isaiah Pacheco's story is one of unimaginable tragedy and extraordinary resilience. Growing up in New Jersey, Pacheco experienced the devastating loss of both his brother and sister, victims of violent circumstances that left a permanent mark on his family. Amid grief and uncertainty, he turned to football as a source of structure, purpose, and hope, a way to honor his siblings while carving out a path for himself. At Rutgers University, Pacheco distinguished himself as a dynamic running back, blending power, vision, and elusiveness to excel against high-level competition. His work ethic and dedication caught the attention of NFL scouts, and he was selected by the Kansas City Chiefs in the 2022 NFL Draft. In his rookie season, Pacheco quickly became a vital component of the Chiefs' offense. Beyond rushing yards and touchdowns, his presence reflected a mental toughness forged through personal tragedy. Every carry, cutback, and touchdown became more than just a statistic. Ray Lewis. Ray Lewis's journey to NFL greatness is often described as the ultimate story of redemption and dominance. Born in Bartow, Florida, Lewis grew up in an environment rife with violence and instability. While he demonstrated immense athletic talent in high school, his early life exposed him to hardship and risky circumstances that could have derailed his path to football stardom. Despite the challenges he faced growing up, Ray Lewis channeled his intensity and personal pain into football. At the University of Miami, he emerged as a dominant defensive force, combining size, speed, and instincts to control the field. Drafted by the Baltimore Ravens in 1996, Lewis immediately transformed the team's defense into one of the most feared units in the league. Over his 17-year career, he earned 8 first-team All-Pro selections and 13 Pro Bowl nods, culminating in 2 Super Bowl victories, including a Super Bowl 35 MVP award. Beyond the statistics, Lewis's leadership, relentless work ethic, and fierce competitive spirit embodied the resilience and determination that defined his journey, setting a lasting standard for linebackers and defensive leaders throughout the NFL. Dez Bryant's story is rooted in a combination of natural talent and personal adversity. Born in Galveston, Texas, Dez grew up facing economic hardship and family instability. Despite these challenges, he cultivated a work ethic that allowed him to dominate at each level of football. High school success led to recruitment by Oklahoma State University, where his exceptional size, speed, and ball skills made him one of the nation's premier wide receivers. Drafted by the Dallas Cowboys in 2010, Bryant quickly became known for his ability to make contested catches, stretch the field, and change games with his explosive athleticism. Yet his path to success was not smooth. Bryant faced off-field criticism, injuries, and the constant pressure of being a high-profile NFL star. Through it all, he displayed resilience and determination, refusing to let setbacks define his career. His journey underscores the importance of focus, mental toughness, and the ability to rise above adversity while performing at the highest level. Warrick Dunn. Warrick Dunn's path to NFL stardom began under heartbreaking circumstances. Born in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Dunn lost his mother in a tragic act of violence when he was just 18 years old. Left to care for his younger siblings, Dunn's teenage years were defined by responsibility, grief, and determination to succeed against the odds. Football became both a refuge and a vehicle for change, a way to provide for his family and honor his mother's memory. Dunn excelled at Florida State University, where his combination of speed, vision, and elusiveness made him a standout running back. Drafted in 1997 by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, he made an immediate impact as a dynamic and reliable back. Later, with the Atlanta Falcons, Dunn continued to shine, becoming known not just for his on-field production, but also for his philanthropy and mentorship. Throughout his career, he carried the lessons of loss, responsibility, and resilience, turning personal tragedy into motivation that propelled him to multiple Pro Bowls and lasting respect in the NFL community. These stories prove that resilience, focus, and determination can overcome any obstacle. Who's your favorite NFL player whose journey inspires you the most? Share your thoughts below.